Alright, we are on the draw with Rug Delver, and what I think is a fairly decent keep. We don't have any interaction, but we can visions for it. So I think we will keep. Also, the fact that we're on the draw means we're going to have a slightly easier time drawing into said interaction. This being a Thoughtseize means we probably don't need interaction. What we actually want are threats. So, guess that's moot. Now we're going to visions for threats. Blooming Marsh means we're not playing against a Death's Shadow deck because they probably don't want a fast land. They take Mandrills, probably the hardest thing for this kind of deck to take out now that people are moving towards Fatal Push as opposed to Path or Terminate. I believe we're just going to slam this Renegade that we drew because on this particular turn it's going to be a 2/3. So why not? Get something of a clock going. Perhaps be able to deal with fatties. They also might just be Abrupt Decaying it. I'm pretty happy if they do, though. If an Abrupt Decay hits that instead of Goyf, we're pretty okay with it. Grim Flayer is at least somewhat scary. Looks like a Delirium-based Obzon deck. Delver was a pretty good draw. Not fantastic, though. I think I do want to slam Goyf. It's unlikely they get Delirium next turn. So I think Goyf can go toe-to-toe with this Flare. The question is, they already know about the Goyf, but they don't know we're playing it yet, so we're not going to cast it before combat. The question is, do I want to attack? If we attack, they almost certainly don't block, because Flare would die, Renegade would survive. So they take 2, they go to 15, and if they have a removal spell for Goyf, Flare is going to get big, because it will be able to attack profitably, hit us for 2, mill some cards, get some card selection going, pseudo card advantage, and I don't know if it's worth attacking into because of that. It probably... Is it? They took away our Mandrills instead of our Goyf, so there's a pretty decent chance that they do have a removal spell, or maybe they just don't have many outs to Mandrills, so they hedged against it. I kind of want to wait until next turn when I might be able to denial something. We could, worst case, actually we can't, Visions to turn on Denial because of Thoughtseize, so it's entirely possible we won't be able to have Ferocious Denial. Do I attack? I'm going to do it, let them have their potential card advantage, if they do have a way of dealing with Goyf, because if they deal with Goyf, we're probably not in a great spot letting the game go long anyways. So I think we just attack. There's the Abrupt Decay. Takes out the Goyf. They're going to hit. Probably get Delirium. And maybe I shouldn't have attacked. I don't know. It's also possible we can race with Renegade and Delver. Although I guess it's not super duper likely. I don't know what the right play is there, whether you attack or not attack. They mill a dude, now have Delirium. Well, at least that's one less Goyf we'll have to deal with. We draw another Denial, which looks like it's going to be quite awful. So let's Visions, Curiosity, and Visions. I actually kind of want Curiosity because it's not super likely they're going to be taking out a bunch of our threats. We can theoretically use Misty to get more blue if we need it. So I kind of want both of these cards. Worst case scenario, we shuffle away the Misty Rainforest. Now, they will still get the card advantage if we don't attack because of Trample. It's just whenever it does damage, and because of Trample it still can. So maybe I should have just tried to keep a lid on Grimflayer. It's possible that was the right play. I don't know if I want to try racing. We have a Visions on top, which means Delver flips. So maybe we do just go for it. I do believe we're going to kill them before they kill us. The only problem is card selection is pretty frickin' powerful. Of course, we have some of our own coming, so that's not bad. Treetop Vision, Liliana of the Veil. Should I have played around that? Possibly. Not necessarily, because they could always just play a land and deal with it. I could use Flare, or not Flare, I could keep Renegade around in hopes of keeping Flare at bay, but I think Delver's the one I want to keep to race. Because if the game goes long, we probably lose. Ghost Quarter. So this looks like just green-black rock. They're taking out our Stomping Ground. That's fine. I do believe I want Serum Visions, though, so we're not going to get the Forest out of our deck. That happens. I think we have to just take out Liliana. Because sooner or later, we do need to kill that Liliana. I think we want to draw Serum Visions, fetch to get rid of the Curiosity at this point, and just go for threats. Of course, the Curiosity gives us pseudo card draw, and our opponent is tapped out, so it's a 1-for-1 at worst, threatening to give us some really good stuff, so maybe we do want it. We're going to reveal that. The downside is we lose our Scry going for it. And we have to let Liliana tick up at least once. I think we do want Curiosity. We want neither of these. Put Curiosity on the Delver. We will attack them because we want to draw. We are losing the race, but we're just trying to draw cards to get out of racing. Goyf. Goyf can help. And step, please. Hopefully we get a land off of draw step and or Curiosity trigger. Second, Liliana is going to make life very hard for us. We can't counter it. The only question in my mind is whether I want to fetch before or after we draw. I think it's going to be after, because if we don't get this Goyf down soon, well, we can still Goyf plus Denial next turn, so I guess it's not all bad. We do need to deal with that Liliana, though. Goyf Denial could be good in case they have two cards that deal with Goyf that aren't Abrupt Decay, but I think I want to conserve life. Yes, you get your triggers. Have they milled Lingering Souls? They're probably not playing Lingering Souls because it looks like straight green-black. A Bob in the graveyard. So yeah, it looks like 2-drop Delirium Rock. We're going to fetch now so that we don't go super low. Although that does shuffle some cards we don't really want back into the deck. We may as well get a Breeding Pool. That way we still have a green source through Ghost Quarter. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. We can float green, but it's not actually going to do anything. We'll do it anyways. Yeah, I want to land. That one. Continue. Now we lose the green we floated. But that's fine. I didn't really want to land, but we'll play it. I would have preferred a backup Goyf. So if they have pretty much any removal, well, if they have Abrupt Decay, we're in a very bad spot. If they don't have Abrupt Decay, we're still in a bad spot. We can deal with that, so we're going to. Counter it. We need to take out Liliana. Abrupt Decay, so yeah, they had it anyways. They had it anyways. Can't be countered. At least we countered the Fatal Push. That's the important thing. They tick up Liliana. We lose our Denial. And I believe we are straight dead. Dismember can't save us anymore. We could theoretically get a Simic Charm and temporarily bounce the Grimflayer. But yeah, Liliana plus Grimflayer did it. I am now wondering, I'll rewatch this later and take a good long look at whether or not I should have attacked with that Renegade or played around Decay. We may as well fetch. Get a Steam Vents. It's pretty obvious we're playing Temur, I would think. We have the Simic Charm, so we can at least bounce. I don't even want to show them Simic Charm. It's not worth it. Our odds of winning are low enough, plus Treetop Village, that it's not worth showing them that we have Simic Charm in the deck. So, how do we beat Green-Black Rock? Blood Moon looks good. Pyroclasm actually doesn't look awful, given that they have Bob. Renegade seems okay. Hooting Mandrills, they don't have many outs to. They don't have Path in their deck because they're playing straight green-black. Although they might have Lingering Souls in the sideboard for grindy matchups, so maybe they have Path there too. I don't know. Think I want Snapcaster. I probably end up cutting one of these. Don't want these. Might want Pyroclasm. Engineered Explosives could be good. I believe I want to swap those two. Bring in the Spell Snare. Bring in the Vapor Snag. Make some cuts. It's probably all of the Thought Scours that are going. Maybe one Mana Leak. At least one Bolt, but Bolt looks really good. Spreading Seas and Curiosity are going to get cut simply by virtue of not being as good as Engineered Explosives, Traverse, 17 Lands, some Bounce, Dismember, Hoots. I think I want all three of these. Although having all of those plus EE seems a little overboard. I can probably cut the Pyroclasm, given that most of their threats are at 2 CMC. So I don't hate this. Delver has pretty good flip chances. 26 instants and sorceries. Although we have these two artifacts, so that's actually 24, but Delver's not going to last long. Probably. Oh, we also have these enchantments. Oh my lord, how many instants and sorceries are we running right now? 2, 15, 21. That's absolutely awful. Blood Moon is a little worse against people who have Ghost Quarter and have just a 2-color mana base. So we'll cut one Blood Moon. I don't really want to cut the EEs. Maybe I cut another threat. Maybe it's actually one of the Delvers to make the other Delvers slightly better. I don't want to cut Mandrills because it's good. I don't want to cut EE because it's going to be our Goyf Killer. These are pseudo Goyf Killers that also help flip Delvers. I think that's good. We're going to do it. 60, 15. Give it a go. Hopefully it's good. On the play with Rug Delver and a dreadful hand. 5 lands. That's going to be a sad mulligan. If they have pretty much any discard, we probably lose on the spot. This is much better. And I would very much like to have that. Scalding Tarn go. We may or may not fetch. Thoughtseize will take our Mandrills, but at least we're looking at a Huntmaster of the Fells. Maybe we shouldn't have Simic Charm post board. I definitely want to draw Huntmaster. Spicy Tech. I assume he's talking about Simic Charm. Bob is going to resolve. We can't really stop it. I do want to draw lands, so I'm not sure I want to be fetching here. But I also would rather draw some interaction, I think, first. And I don't want to take a bunch of damage. We probably want to keep Blood Moon in mind. So we'll get Stomping Ground Island. There's a Misty, so we do have the land. They know the mountain, so we'll just pass. They will get the Bob trigger. They reveal a land, which is probably their best case scenario. Although their life total isn't under any amount of pressure, so maybe not. Oh boy, tireless tracker. And they're telling me I have spicy tech. I believe we're just going to bounce that tracker to slow them down. So let's do that. We have nothing better to do, and I'm pretty sure all of our mana goes towards Huntmaster at this point. Now we could also dismember and Hoots. We dismember Bob and cast Mandrills. How good's that? We still have plenty of answers to Goyf. How big is Goyf right now? Can dismember even kill it? Sorcery, creature, it's a 4/5. Dismember Hoots. Dismember Hoots sounds really appealing. The fact that they have Ghost Quarter makes me not super happy to just get a forest here. We'll pay the life. Yada yada yada. Target that. Use the mountain. So that happens. We're at 12, which isn't great. It's also possible I want to play Huntmaster before they have discard, but Hoots is also a very good threat in this matchup. So, how much do we want to go? I don't think I want to crack this. So, I believe special, we're definitely exiling the lands. I kind of want to keep Dismember, and it's pretty likely that we end up with a creature in the bin, so Snapcaster is not that important. Just considering the Hooting Mandrill Snapcaster Traverse the Ulvenwald trade-off. So hopefully they don't have a Thoughtseize. If they have just Inquisition, that's perfectly fine. It's possible we should have gone for Huntmaster to play around Liliana more, but I don't think that's a huge deal. Liliana is going to deal with Hoots. Yep. And I believe we're going to get a breeding pool here. I don't want to get the basic forest because then we don't have a basic forest. Oh dear. Okay, we're still not going to get the basic forest. We're just going to get a 4th land. There's the Ghost Quarter, targeting the Stomping Ground, and that's why we didn't get the basic forest. Serum Visions, I'd rather play Huntmaster. Hopefully, Huntmaster can get us there, maybe with some help from our good friend Serum Visions for card selection. It's possible they just got Revolt on Fatal Push to kill it. Hopefully they didn't. I imagine if they were interested in playing the tracker, they would do it before that to get a bunch of clues. There's Fatal Push, so that's what the deal was. They still should play Tracker first if they were doing that, so I guess it's just Grimflayer. Tick up. Now we're in a pretty bad spot. They take our Serum Visions. What did they discard? We drew a Delver. That's not particularly good, but it might get us there. This game isn't looking good either. Maybe we were supposed to slam the Huntmaster to protect Mandrills. I'm not sure. Our opponent is in a very good spot and an Abrupt Decay. We don't have much going for us here. We take 4, they do some card selection. I'm pretty sure this game is kaput. Green-Black Rock is a pretty bad matchup for us. It's also a very nice deck. I'm starting to think I should have gone with Huntmaster before Mandrills, just to play around Liliana, so I think that was a misplay. That might have cost us the game. Nobody's discarding. Huntmaster could still save us. That's a Thought Scour. We'll do it now in case we draw something like a Goyf. It's a Blood Moon. Blood Moon doesn't look good here, particularly when they can crack both of these and kill us. So let's end step. They make us sack the wolf, crack both clues. Tireless Tracker is a 5/4. That's a 4/4. I believe we are dead, so let's ready the GGs. We are dead. So we're going to GGs. So I do believe that Huntmaster probably should have been what we started with there, to play around Liliana. And it's entirely possible we lost game 1 due to attacking with the Renegade. So it's fully possible that if we made the right plays, we won this match. I don't know. I'm going to look at it later. That was still pretty fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Thanks for watching. Maybe I'll do one more. I know I said last time that I would just do one more, and this was that one more. But I also like playing Magic, so I'll do another. Yeah.